Hey, I wanted to jump on here and make a video about a subject that I feel like I'm an expert on, and that is Cancer Suns. Most of this information is going to be based off of what I've learned through my favorite astrologer, Dovo the Pilot Man, aka Flight Boss, and through my own personal experience as I am a Cancer gal. Um, so Cancer is represented by the element of water, and their modality is cardinal. So water is about emotion, and the cardinal modality is about initiating. So when you take these two things and put them together, you get a person that initiates and creates new ways of feeling about things. So, for example, if they like you and something isn't working out in their favor, they can create a new way to feel about it so that they can still like you, and vice versa. So that's what they're out here doing, initiating, creating new ways of feeling about things. Another thing about Cancer is that um, they can be sensitive, and some people have even went as far to call them crybabies. So when you take, this emotional nature and combine it with sensitivity, there's bound to be a tear or two. And if that's something that you can't handle, you should probably take your cold ass heart and move over to Antarctica or something like that. Okay? But there are probably some cancers right now who are watching this video thinking like whatever, like I'm not a crybaby, I'm not always up in my feelings. And yeah, um, maybe not in the traditional sense, but keep in mind that a crybaby does not always have to mean literal tears. You know damn well, like if you go somewhere and you're not feeling it, or you don't like a food, or you don't like the temperature of the room, or whatever it is, you're going to bitch about it. And guess what? That's a form of crybaby energy. So it is what it is, and that's okay. They love us anyways. Don't worry. Um, Another thing that cancers are notorious for, which some can consider it to be a negative trait, is going to be their moodiness. Now, the reason for this is like, hello, Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon changes every 2.5 days. So, Cancers are constantly creating and initiating new ways to feel based off this fluctuating energy, and just trying to keep the vibe right. So they probably, after a while, are going to become masters at doing this and really have a lot of emotional control. But that is where the moodiness can come across. Like they're ruled by the moon, it's always changing. And also, too, another thing I'm going to go a little bit further and explain is every sign has their superpower. So, Cancer's superpower is that they control the vibe. So, if you're getting hit with a Cancer mood, 9 times out of 10, you're effing with the vibe. And they know what's best. So, just stop doing that and you won't get hit with the Cancer mood. So, like for example, say they're like the whole room is in a deep and reflective state, talking about sensitive issues or something, and then you come in the room being all loud and obnoxious. Better believe a Cancer is gonna hit you with some nasty pissed off energy or mood. Um, and then also too, like if they're feeling like fun loving and adventurous, and you're like and they want to have fun, and like you're maybe like kind of down or something, they'll probably like try and hit you with a sunny mood and lift up your spirits and everything, so the vibe can be right, so everybody can have a good time. And Cancers will just keep doing this 100 times, 100 different ways. I mean, sometimes until hell freezes over, until finally you either get with the program and join the vibe, get with the right vibe, or they totally exhaust themselves and just give up and move on to a environment where the vibe is more to their liking. So that's where the moodiness comes in. Now, another thing, like anybody that knows anything about astrology knows that one of the major signatures behind the Cancer energy is care. So cancers are going to care. Even if they don't care, they're going to care about not caring. So they really just can't help it. And to say anything else is complete blasphemy. Um, so yeah, they care, and they are like the type of friend that is really they're really gonna be there for their friends. They're gonna be very nurturing and protective of their friends. They're gonna like see them and hear them and just like ride with them through the bullshit. Like if you're sick, it's your cancer's your friend that's gonna bring you soup. If you're going through some stuff, your cancer's friend's gonna be right there, listening to your problems, giving you advice, jumping in, initiating new ways to work it out and to feel about it so you can work it out. So a cancer friend is a true ride or die, as long as you don't, betray them and make them have to create a new way to feel about it, yo ass. So they are represented by the crab. So the crab is going to have a tough shell, and that tough shell really just protects all that sweet softness on the inside. Because cancers are very soft on the inside, as much as we like to, or they like to play tough and everything. Um, they also can be very sentimental. So they're definitely gonna have like mementos from childhood, their children's blankies, and friendship bracelets, gifts from past loves. Like she definitely still has that teddy bear, that Cancer girl. Um, Also, the crab also, crabs don't move forward, they move side to side. So that's the cancer nature. Also, they're not going to be like super direct when going for things. Now they will go for what they want. They are a cardinal sign, but they're going to move about it in a side to side nature, and this gives them a peripheral vision so that they're not blindsided, right? They have to make sure that they're safe at all times. And this is what makes cancer subtle. You have to kind of be able to read between the lines with them sometimes. Um, Another thing, in an analogy with the crab, is you can't really talk about cancers without talking about this. So, cancer crabs have their pinchers, right? So, once a cancer, gets their pinchers in something, they have a hard time letting go. So that's one of the things that they struggle with, is letting go. But you will probably have a hard time shaking off that thing too. uh, Another thing about cancers is, um, they're low key, they're private. It comes out of the fourth house, which is about home and private issues and things like that. So if they, open up and tell you things about themselves, just understand like they don't do that with everybody. And if they find out that you've been running around telling their business, that's something that could get you cut off from a cancer, definitely. It's just another form of security. They need to be safe and keep those, and their memories and secrets and stuff are like a treasure, like a sacred secret treasure to them. And that's why too, they, like a lot of cancer women, if you see them, they're going to probably appear like very feminine and modest and things like that. A lady in the streets. Another thing about cancers is, you might be surprised to know this, but Cancer is very business savvy. They their opposite sign is Capricorn, so they can draw off that Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is the sign of the boss, of status, of success, of reaching your goals. So Cancer can pull off that energy and be, just as determined, just as ambitious and successful as a Capricorn. Now, they could have different motivations behind this, however. Whereas a Capricorn, they have an internal standard of excellence that they're personal to them, that they're constantly striving for, just for the sheer glory of success and their personal goals that they want to reach. Whereas a Cancer, it's more about security and comfort, because you cannot be um, comfortable and broke, right? You gotta have some money. Matter of fact, if you have anybody in your family or anybody that you know, like God forbid, if they pass away or anything like that, make sure when you're going through their belongings that you look through everything very thoroughly, because you better believe they have some cash stashed away in that cookie jar for a rainy day for security. So, yeah, so cancers are pretty good with money too. Another thing with cancers is, all right, so the planet of Jupiter represents wisdom. So Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So this is where a lot of times, like, Cancers, if they're not paying attention, they can come across as know-it-alls, or they can be always giving advice and things like that. And the reason is because when you have this planet exalted, which means it's at its highest form, it's like a kid in a candy store. It loves to be here. um, Cancers can kind of get the feeling like they've been through experiences and they have this wisdom, so that they're able to, give it to others. But like, sometimes you have to be careful, because a Cancer might feel like that, but if you really dig a little bit deeper, probe a little bit, you might realize like you didn't actually even go through that. You just feel like you went through that. So take that with a grain of salt. Another cool thing about Cancer is Neptune exaltation. So Neptune is also exalted here. So Neptune is about imagination, and it's exalted, so it's at its highest form. It loves to be here. So the Cancer imagination can really just go wild, and it's for this reason. Like, sometimes, like, you might have a Cancer friend, and you might not hear for them or something like that, and you might think that they don't care or something like that, but in reality they have just like such vivid imagination that they're already with you in their imagination. So sometimes, like, they can forget to actually bring that into reality. And a thing that I really like about this placement is that I am able to play out a lot of revenge fantasies through imagination. So I don't ever have to bring that into the world. I can just do it in my imagination, and everything is cool. So a lot of romance and revenge is played out through imagination with Cancer. Um, Another thing too is, like, on paper, Cancer is pretty much the definition of wifey material. So they are super nurturing. They love babies. They love taking care of babies. They love to cook. They love the home. They love taking care of the home. Like, this is pretty much the definition of wifey material. You would just have to put up with their moods and their sensitivity. And yeah, I had a note here, so I about if I wanted to discuss this topic, but I think, like, some things are better left to mystery, and if you have a Cancer that you're interested in getting to know or whatever, like, over time, more things would be revealed. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about Cancers for right now. Well, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about Cancers for right now. But stay tuned, because there's so much more that could be said, and I will definitely be dropping some more videos. And if you would like me to do a video about your zodiac sign, let me know. If I'm familiar with it, like, I would love to do that. So thank you.